Howdy folks, Paulie here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about song titles. I saw a comment recently about how to name tracks. Sometimes composers have difficulty coming up with names for tracks in various genres. Some folks, it comes easy. For me, I don't really have an issue with titles. They come relatively easy, but some folks struggle with that. I struggle with song lyrics, but titles, no brainer for me. But there's lots of different ways to come up with them. I've got a few ideas I want to share with you. But it's first important to understand the basics of writing music for television. You're not trying to write the greatest hit, the next great jazz standard, or the great song that Taylor Swift is going to take to the top. Although that would be cool. You're trying to create a mood or set a mood, create a groove, etc. So the first and most important thing when you're submitting a track to a library is, does it trigger a specific mood? If you're going for drama, comedy, action, tension, etc., does it generate that mood? When you play for somebody else, do they say, oh yeah, I can see that in a crime scene or a comedy or whatever? So, of course, make sure that your track is generating a specific mood that's targeting the genre you're trying to write for. So that's important. Number one is make sure you have the proper mood already being set musically. But number two, you want to make sure that your titles are short. You don't want a long title. You want something that's going to be brief, easy to read, and something that paints a picture that accurately describes the mood you're trying to set. And then, kind of a tip number three is, don't use punctuation in titles. Sometimes it kind of confuses the upload tools or the listing, the various tools that your librarians and song seekers are looking for. Song seekers, music editors, producers, etc. Sometimes apostrophes and commas and things of that sort are just going to confuse the tools. So do everything you can to make it easy to work with you and easy to work with the tools that they provide. Avoid punctuation, even things like can't, shouldn't, don't, etc. I try to avoid punctuation whenever possible. So make sure you're setting a mood, keep your title short, avoid punctuation. But now, how do we actually create titles? There's lots of different ways to do it. For me, I generally title songs based on what's going on in my life. If I'm working on a tension track and maybe my kid's not home from a date yet, or my son is struggling in school or something, I'll draw something like, struggled in class or not home yet, or etc. I mean, there's always something going on around the house that might trigger a good title. But there's tools, or not tools, maybe tricks or gimmicks, or just techniques you can use to generate titles. I think one of the easiest things to do is, if you got a specific genre, fire up Spotify. Go to Spotify and do a search for a playlist in that genre. So I've got a playlist here for lo-fi. So if I look at this list here, you're looking at the top of the lo-fi focus playlist, Nostalgic Dream, Sanctum, Sunday Coffee, Hazy Dream, Ponder. So notice these are 1 and 2 word titles, maybe 3 words. Pancakes for breakfast, campfires. These are all very visual words. So blowing on the embers, that's someone trying to start a fire or keep a fire going. So you could do variations on these things. Sunday coffee, Sunday brunch, coffee in the morning, coffee with you, hazy dream, dark dream, dream in the day. So you could take these titles and just tweak it a little bit. So I think Spotify is great. I mean, if we go for a different search, let's just search for, let's do for a, rock and roll playlist. Let's see what we got here. And classic rock's greatest hits. So let's go to this playlist here. What do we got? If you're a guitar player or a bass player and you want to crank up some titles, let's look at the great hits here. Dream On, Taken for a Ride, Bourbon Street, Where Do We Go From Here? Watch out for the punctuation. I got you. So, Taken for a Ride, let's go. I can't do that. Riding with You, On a Ride, Morning Ride, Dream On, Dreaming On, In My Dream. So all these things here, just look at titles and just do a quick variation on them. So I think Spotify playlists are really a great place to start. Something else you can do, you can go to, if you got a mood you're trying to set, go to synonym.com. Hard to say, synonym.com, and search for the word. In this case, I searched for action. And all these words here: human action, stupefaction, that's a neat one, accomplishment, destabilization, execution, swordplay, aggression. These are all great one-word titles right here. Course of action, forbiddance. So, these are some really nice titles in and of themselves, and you can do variations on these, combine these. So synonym.com could be a great tool to use as well. If you're looking for more of a specific genre, something unique, one thing I've done in the past is go to Amazon and search for books in the style that you're writing in. So if I go to search for mystery novels, and then here's some results. So what you can do is click on a book. So let's take a look at a mystery novel book here. Let's just click on this. Now, the bestseller. So there's a quote here. You'll recognize those men, the ones inclined to their dark side. Incline to the dark. Carry their load. Smother your anger. Some do it big. Quiet steps. Like your father. There's several titles right there in that little snippet from the book. So you can search a book in the genre you're looking for. It could be mysteries. It could be action. It could be crime, military, etc. So searching books. Sometimes on the left they'll have a sample where you actually can read a few pages from the book. So check that out as well. And then there's also if you've been under a rock, you haven't heard about it yet, but ChatGPT is a pretty cool thing. And it's actually quite good at this. So you can go to chat.openai.com. And if you don't have an account, sign up. It's free. It's super cool. This came out in November of last year. But just ask it what you're looking for. Give me some titles for songs about romance. And boom, this thing starts generating you titles. And it's going to go, I think, until I tell it to stop. Or it'll stop at the 20 or so. But, I mean, look, there's a bunch of titles out of the blue. I'm just going to click on stop. It stopped at 20. Okay, cool. Song generate. Let's see. Generate song titles about crime. Look at that. ChatGPT for the win right there, folks. I'll say stop generating. So I probably could have started with just ChatGPT and said, go there, they'll give you titles, and we're good to go. But anyway, you get the point. So make sure your music is generating a specific mood. Look for short titles. Don't use any punctuation. You can go to Spotify playlists to get ideas. You can go to Amazon for books ideas. You can go to synonym.com to search for words that describe your track and look for things there. Or just go to ChatGPT and ask for titles. It'll probably do a good job for you. And that's really it. Hopefully that works out for you. Short video today, but thanks for stopping by. If you like what you heard, please click the like button, subscribe. That would be fantastic. And I look forward to presenting you some more good information to you guys in the near future. Thanks so much for stopping by.